My name is Serena Cronier Grayson. I'm an Assistant Attorney General with the Alabama Real Estate Commission. I want this to be as interactive as possible, so please ask questions if you have them after each person speaks. Simply use your raise your hand icon and we will call on you to unmute your mic and then mute it back. I will be talking to you today about license law changes, but first I will have some of my colleagues introduce themselves and then we will discuss some reminders from the Education Division, Licensing Division, and then the Legal Division. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Good morning. I'm Anthony Griffin. I'm the licensing administrator, and I'm going to talk to you today about the deadline to renew an expired license.
And good morning. I'm Brittany Jones Anderson. I'm an education specialist in the Education Division, and I'm going to be talking about a topic that some of you may think doesn't affect you, but it just might, and that's education renewal. It's been underway since June 15th, and it ends in just 2 weeks, September 30th. And by the 30th of this month, all instructors, courses, schools, and administrators have to renew their approvals. And as of this morning, our numbers compared to the 2023 education renewal, they're a little low. We have 51% of our pre-licensed instructors this year versus 80% by this time in 23, 40% of CE instructors versus 57% back in 23, only 47% of our licensed schools versus 76% in 23, 55% versus 71% for our CE only or approved schools in the 23 renewal. And lastly, like only 43% of our administrators versus 67% by this time during the 23 education renewal. So we're really hoping folks will go ahead and get it done. Again, the deadline is September 30th, just 2 weeks away. And there's a 3-month grace period that begins October 1st of this year, 25. If someone doesn't renew by the end of this month, then come October 1st, then their approvals go inactive. And if they don't renew by the end of the grace period, December 31st of this year, then come January 1st of 26, they're going to totally lose their approval. They would have to begin again. And again, we want to remind you guys that if you're planning to take a course, whether it's a salesperson, a broker pre-license, or a CE course, you may want to check with the instructors or the school who's sponsoring the course to ensure they've completed all their renewals, particularly if your course is going to last through October 1st after the deadline passes, or if you're taking a course October 1st or later.
Brittany, real quick, are they able to check with us to see if a class is active, and why is that important?
Oh, absolutely, yes. They can check with us to see if the class is important. They can call and ask for the Education Division, and we can easily look it up and see if that course, the instructor, and the school have been renewed.
Okay.
Not a problem. At this time, if there are any other questions, if you want to use the raise your hand icon and unmute yourself so we can hear your question, I'd be happy to answer them about education renewal.
All right, well, if there's no questions, we'll move on to Anthony from our licensing division.
All right. We also have a deadline coming up on September 30th, and that's to renew a expired real estate license for those who didn't renew their license on September 30th of 2024 and haven't renewed it yet. They still have that opportunity to renew it before they lose it. Once it lapses, then it will no longer be valid. And if you do want to get in real estate again, you have to start over with the pre-license coursework and the exam. So make sure you are aware of that deadline. It's not a negative thing to not renew a license. And when we lose licensees every year, they don't need it anymore. But we do want to make sure people are aware of the deadline. We have sent out reminders this year. We sent out 3 emails. We did sent one out in May. We sent one out in July, and we sent out one this month, reminding that over 5,000 expired licensees at that deadline. So, and we've had over 400 people to renew so far. So, the reminders do work. So now we want to lean on the licensing community to kind of help spread the word. If you know somebody that may have an expired license or has been inactive for a while, make sure they check their status on the Real Estate Commission's website. So if you go to our website and do a license status verification, all you got to do is enter your name, your license number, and you'll see the expiration date there. If the expiration date is September 30th, 2026, then you're fine till next year. If it says September 30th, 2024, then you fall into this category. That deadline is coming up that you need to renew. So the fee to renew an expired license is $335 for a salesperson. It's $355 for a broker, and that includes a late fee for not renewing it by August 31st of last year. So it's easy to renew a license. It's just like renewing a license during the even year. Just log on to the online services, and once you log on, just click the renewal link, and it's very simple. It's quick, secure. You get immediate confirmation that you've done it. And if you have any questions about, or anybody has any questions about how to log on, they can always contact the licensing department. We'd be more than happy to help them.
So Anthony, real quick, so if somebody has not been getting these emails, do they need to check with the commission to make sure their email address is correct on file?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And if you log on, you can always update your email address on our website. But yes, they can always call the commission. We'll check there, make sure their contact information is correct.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Do we have any questions? If so, if you would raise your hand icon and unmute your mic so we can hear you.
All right.
All right.
Hearing no questions, again, I'm Serena. I'm with the Legal Division, and I am going to briefly go over Act 2025-380, which was House Bill 382, which is the legislation that becomes effective in October of 2025. So it's about to be honest. Some things that we'll discuss also may have been effective previously via the rules this spring. So you may already be doing some of this, and some of it will be new. So first, it defines buyer agreements, listing agreements, principal broker, and teams. Teams used to not be in license law, but it is about to be. It limits out-of-state co-brokerage agreements to 3 co-brokerage agreements per out-of-state broker, not to exceed $50 million per year. It increases maximum fines for license law violations from $2,500 per count to $5,000 per count. So that's not per case, it is per count. Someone may have 10 counts in a case, and so that would be $5,000 per count. It removes providing the commission a bad check from being a license law violation. Instead, if a bad check is provided to the commission and is not remedied within 30 days, the license will become inactive. Failure to make full payment within 6 months results in a license lapsing. So we had a lot of people, I call it fat fingering, but just accidentally typing in their number wrong. And it was an innocent mistake, and they were having to be brought in front of the commission every month for an innocent mistake. And so now we are going to be able to allow y'all to correct it. And so that's a really good upcoming change that we're excited about. It will limit dual agency to when a licensee with informed written consent represents all parties to a transaction. It removes sub-agency from statute. It replaces the term transaction broker with transaction facilitator to better represent the actual services being provided. So the term broker, it's supposed to mean big, important. And transaction facilitator is the least amount that you can do to represent somebody. And so we wanted to make sure facilitator was more of an accurate description than transaction broker. The bill also sets forth that the term transaction broker and the transaction facilitator are synonymous under the law. They mean the same thing. So just how you used to use the term transaction broker, it is now transaction facilitator. It will allow for one licensee in a company to represent a buyer and another licensee in the same company to represent the seller in the same transaction without dual agency being automatically created, and instead creates 2 designated single agents. So the qualifying broker will go, you will represent the buyer, you will represent the seller, and y'all can come to me with your questions. And so that will be a new thing for October. It will allow a licensee to use any branch office of the company under which he or she is licensed to meet clients. So previously, if you were licensed in Vestavia, you could not go down to Baldwin County to a different office that you weren't licensed in for your own company to a different branch. And now you will be able to go to your other branch office to go meet clients, which I think that'll be very good for applicable reasons. So then we have teams. This one's funny because we're getting so many phone calls, so many emails, so many questions about teams. So the new law will require a leader of a team to be designated as a team leader by the qualifying broker. It requires the team leader to maintain a list of the members of the team and then provide that list to the qualifying broker. It prevents licensees from being on a member of more than one team, and it allows the commission to adopt rules regarding advertising criteria for teams, and those have already been pre-filed and they will be published soon on our website if they are not already done, but I think it's just coming up soon. It requires teams to, at a minimum, include the name of at least one team member in any advertisement, the name of the company with whom the licensee is licensed in any advertisement, include the term team or group in the team's name, and receive written authorization from the qualifying broker of the licensee to include the team name in any advertisement. We have been working on a draft copy of a team form. That way we can try to assist people, because I know, again, it's a new thing. There's tons of teams in the state of Alabama, and we want to make this as smooth of a transition as we can. Also, we've had the question come up, well, what if the team name is the name of a team member? So the Serena Grayson team, well, that's sufficient. You don't also have to put, in addition, another team member's name on it. So it's sufficient just for it to be the Serena Grayson team. And then again, you're going to have your company name or qualifying broker's name prominently displayed on the advertisement as well. And the company name or qualifying broker's name has to be the same size font or larger than any other font on the advertisement. So you're going to actually be looking at the font inside of a logo, if that's got your full company name on it, or the font of your company name separately. You're making sure that that is the same size or larger than any other font on the advertisement. And again, an advertisement is anything that indicates that you are a real estate agent. So it can be a Facebook post, it can be a pencil, it can be a hat, it can be your business card, it can be your Facebook page, it can be a video. Anything that goes, hey, I'm an agent, I'm talking about market trends, I want you to come purchase a house with me. That is advertising, because it's going, I am a real estate agent and I want you to come work with me. And so then you have to go, all right, well, what are the advertising rules? And then you have to go down that route. And so while it is a big change for a lot of people, what's not changing is that your company name or qualifying broker name still has to be prominently displayed. There's just now a rule about same size font or larger. And so I think that will also be helpful in guiding people where it's just black and white, this is what you need. And so hopefully that will help out a lot of people. Well, are there any questions regarding the legal division's long chat about upcoming changes for October? All right, hearing none. I hope this has been informative, and please join us for the next Coffee with the Commission. As a reminder, we are the Alabama Real Estate Commission. Our phone number is 334-242-5544. Our email address is arec@arec.alabama, spelled out, .gov. Our website is arec.alabama.gov. We have social media. We have Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube. Our social media handle for all social media sites is @AREC, AREC, Alabama Gov. We often send important information by email. Please open and read the emails you receive. Have a great day.